Hey guys, it's Shadow from SG TCG bringing you guys a Reiju Decklist profile. This was asked for about 2 weeks ago, but again, catching up on some of this deck profiles. I have updated the deck list since I last played it, so we will go over some of those changes. Obviously we got the waifu back, Reiju. It's been a while since you've seen her on the channel. We all know her ability. On my turn, if I don minus a card, I am able to draw off leader ability. So there's a lot of card draw in this deck, because of all the don minusing we are doing in the deck. So let's get into the deck list. So I added back in one Kaya. For now, I might make a couple changes to the deck, but Kaya, it's a 2K counter, but it also lets me cycle my hand out, which is why I'm thinking about bumping her up to potentially 2, maybe even 3. We'll go over those changes in a little bit, but yeah, sometimes I don't find stage. I don't have anything else to play. I'd have like the big Power Rangers, which this is good to let me cycle those into the trash and try to find the littler versions of them. So that's why I'm considering bumping this up. But again, it is a 2K counter also if I don't need it and I have stage. So it's just a one of for now. Definitely considering bumping it up to 2 or 3. On to the next card. I am running 3 Pudding. This card has been a menace this set. Bonnie always has a fat hand going on. They're always searching with the Don Quixote package or the Bonnie package. BY Luffy always has a big hand going also. So this is good against all those decks, even a Nell too. So, I run it at a 3 of because I want to see it and specifically just throw off the game for them. But yeah, on play, forces your opponent to shuffle their entire hand into the deck and just draw 5 cards. So this can be a game changer in a lot of games. This is, just kind of random cards thrown in. Now I'm gonna go into the Foxy Pirates package of the deck. I added in 2 Geons, specifically just a 2K counter. The on play doesn't work since my leader is not a Foxy Pirate, so it's just a 2K that can be searched off a Porsche. I added these in because I only had choppers, which is gonna be the next card I go into, but I was whiffing a lot, so gives me a chance to find something else and an extra 2K. But with that being said, on to the next card. We are running 4 of the Tony Chopper from the Foxy Pirates. Great card, searchable off Porsche, on play if I have equal to or less Don, I believe. Yeah, so if it's equal to or less Don, I get to ramp a Don. So if I do my Porsche search, and then I play this out, I get that Don back, and I'm continue to keep the momentum on the Don and potentially, try to get up to a judge play. So that's what's great about this little chopper, and it's a blocker on top of it. So blocker can ramp a Don back if I Don minus to search them out, or if I Don minus do any of the Power Rangers or the Germa package stuff. So this is great, and it gives me that momentum back. But yeah, so on the card I keep talking about, I'm running 4 of the 3 cost Porsche from the Foxy Pirates. On play, Don -1. Search the top 5 cards of your deck to look for a Foxy Pirates type card. She can search herself, so again, searching this, it gives you, originally I only had 7 targets because I'd play out a Porsche. I'm only looking for the choppers, and then I can only find 3 of the Porsches. So that's why the 2 Ginas are good. You could bump this up to give you more targets, but I want more of the Germa package more than anything. So, but yeah, that's why the Ginas went in, so I have more of a chance to hit when I'm searching with her instead of whiffing and sending it all to the bottom. So, but yeah, this is great because not only does it search a Foxy Pirates, she could also play out a purple cost, I believe 4 with up to 4K or less, up to 1 purple character card with a power of 4,000 or less. So this can play out any of the Germa cards, and then you can set up like you could grab a Gina, you could grab a Chopper, then you could play out the Ichiji Don minus and play out the big Ichiji in one turn. Now you have 2 bodies with 1 being able to swing, or you could do like the Reiju and draw more cards. So This is good because you could potentially play out 2 big bodies in 1 turn, or you could put the chopper out like I was saying, ramp back the Don that Porsche used, and then since she's Don minusing, you are drawing off the leader. So this is it for the Foxy Pirates package. Only a total of 10 cards, and then they're only searchable off Porsche. So gives me more targets, but everything else can be played off the Porsche as far as the little bodies. So now we're gonna go into the Germa package of the deck. I run 4 of Sora's. This is a searchable 2k counter off of the stage. Also, on play, if I trash 1 card from my hand, I can grab a Germa card from the grave or the trash, which I'm grabbing, you know, the 4-cost Ichiji, the Niji, or the Reiju, just so that I can replay it out. Mainly looking for the Ichiji so I could apply that pressure on my opponent. But if it's not for that, it's definitely a 2k counter, and again, it can be searched. So I know a lot of people have been running a 2k searcher, or not searcher, a 2k promo Sanji. It's a Germa package card that's searchable off stage. I don't have that card yet, but it's also something that could be implemented into the deck that can be searched off of this. So just a heads up on that. But that's it for this. I am running a 1 of Vinsmoke Sanji, 1 cost on play, Don -1 draw card. So, you know, if I don't have any other play turn 1, I do set myself back to 0 Don, but I could play him out Don minus. I'm drawing off of him, and I'm gonna draw off leader. So now I'm drawing 2 cards to try to find something else to play. I was running this at a 3 of, but again, I was whiffing a lot with the Porsche, and then I saw that list that topped and saw the tech that they were doing with the Gene, and I realized it's good, but I still wanted to run at least 1 of, because in the mirror match, this can become essential because, you know, all the Germa packages stuff is equal to or less Don, and if your opponent is able to Don minus way more than you are, you're just stuck in a predicament with vanillas hitting the board. So this is good to be able to Don minus. The Porsche is good to Don minus because she'll Don minus, and then I could Don minus with the Germa package. So it gets me down fast enough if need be in a mirror match. So this is a 1 of. I'm good with it there. Now on to the bread and butter, the little Power Rangers. So I'm running a 4 of the Reiju on play, Don -1. I could play out the big Reiju from the trash or from hand. So that's mainly the package for the little Reiju. I mean, it's going to be the same thing for the Niji and the Ichiji. So I'm running 3 of the Niji. I don't need to see it as much as I did in OP6. So I cut it down to 3. I see it enough, but again, I don't need to see the Niji as much as I do the Reiju and the Ichiji. So 3 of, same thing, Don -1, play a Niji from the trash or the hand. And on to the next one, the main man I'm always trying to find, Ichiji. So 4 cost, 4k on, you know, activate main Don -1, look for an Ichiji from the trash or from hand, and I could play it out, trashing all these trash themselves to play out the other one. But like I was saying, you know, Reiju's a 2, Niji's a 3, and then Ichiji's a 4. All could be played off of Porsche, his ability to play a purple character with the cost of 4,000 or less. So every single one of these Germas are playable off Porsche, which is great. Be able to flood the board and then activate the ability. So that's the little, you know, the little Power Rangers, as I like to call them. Now we're gonna go into the big ones, starting off with Reiju. Running this at a 4 of, super essential to run it at that, because on play, if I have 5, well, obviously I have to have less than or equal to Don than my opponent. If I meet that requirement, on play, if I have 5 cards or less in hand, I get to draw 2. And then the same turn, if I did the Reiju, little Reiju to the big Reiju, it's a Don minus. So I could choose to trigger Reiju character first, and then I could trigger leader ability. So I could draw the 2 cards if I'm at 5, putting me at 7. Then I draw 1 off the leader. Now I'm at 8 cards in that one turn, right? Plus 3 cards. So I want to run this at 4. I want to see her as much as I can, just to cycle. That I could dump as many cards as needed to counter, and then just re-get them back. So used to run a lot of 2Ks. I know I've kind of cut it down a bit, but it's still in a good spot. But yeah, that's Reiju. On to the next one. I am running 3 of Niji. Again, I'm only running 3. I don't need to see it as much as I did the previous set I was playing here. But on play, I could choose between bouncing a character with the cost of 4 or less to hand, or I can KO a character with a cost of 2 or less. So this is board control. This was, this was busted against Katakuri in 06. Um, Here I can bounce, Lucci's back to hand, and then I know they have no counter. If they want to pop board, they're gonna need to use cards. If they have stage, it's a little rough for me, but if they don't, they'd have to utilize card from hand, and then they're wasting cards to be able to pop my board again. So, or I could bounce in a Rouge if I'm playing Bonnie, Rebecca, just to kind of put them back, and then they're gonna use it for counter or something. That's really what I use Niji for. If not, it's a 5 cost 6k body, so it's already swinging for free, or I could attach a Don, and then I know I'm gonna need to get 2 cards out of hand if my opponent wants to counter out. This is the card that I was talking about changing, and it is the Sanji, the 6 cost Sanji. So I have it at a 3 of right now. If the number of Don on my side of the field is less than my opponent's side by 2, this reduces the cost of this card by 3, and it's a blocker. So it's a 6/6 blocker, but it could be a 3/6 blocker. It's a 2k, so I was running it specifically just for the counter. It's not searchable off the Germa package, and it's not searchable off, the Foxy Pirates package. It's considered a straw hat card, so I do whiff this a lot of the time. So it's like, if I see it, I see it. If not, it's kind of dead for me. So I was considering on, cutting this out and potentially bumping the Kayas up. I don't want to bump the Kayas up to 4. I have seen lists changing, Sanji's and running 2 queens. So I'm gonna dabble on that idea, but I'm definitely gonna probably cut 1 and add another Kaya into the list. Or, I could add 2 queens, and the queens would be good because if I play them out, I draw 2, trash 1, and then I draw off leader ability because I am Don minus and use queen's ability. So I might put queen back into the deck, but for now, yes, I am running 3 of these Sanjis, but this might be a potential cut for queens or more Kayas. I have seen people putting the stage back in, but for now, that's where I'm leaning more towards of. And then the MVP of the deck right now, TCG. So this guy, you have to run it at 4. If you can see all 4 of them early and then all 4 of the little ones, my god, is it a lot of pressure. Super aggressive. I have lost to Reiju's in believe it or not, like 4 to 5 turns because they have seen every single TCG and just able to cycle it out, and I just wasn't able to remove it as a Lucci player. But when I do it vice versa, man, does it feel good to do. On play, if you have less than or equal to Don, you could choose one of your opponent's characters, give it minus 2,000, and it has rush. So if you need to remove something off the board, you subtract it by 2,000 and you could swing into it with like leader. If it's a 5k body leader swing, that's already 2k over. 7k brings it down to 5. Leader can swing at it, maybe get some counter cards out of your opponent's hand and swing 7 at it to remove it anyway. Busted card. This is what you're looking for every time you're searching with the stage, or if you're cycling with Kaya, you want to put this into the trash and grab one of the smaller ones as far as the Ichijis or any of the smaller variants of it. So that's it for the the big Power Rangers, with the exception of the leader. We have Judge. I only run Judge at a 2 of. This isn't more than 2 personally. On play, you Don -1, you trash 2 cards from your hand, and then you could play out up to 4 different Germa cards at the cost of 4,000 or less, I believe. Yep. So then you could play out the Ichiji, Reiju, Niji. If you're playing Yonji, which I don't know why you would, you could play out the Yonji, flood the board, then you could Don minus and use every single one of their abilities as well. So great card. And then it's got another ability for There, my screen just went out again. Activate main. Once per turn, Don -1, you can rest an opponent's Don. This is good against Bonnie because Bonnie always wants to leave one Don up specifically to rest one of your swings. So this is a good counter card to Bonnie. So if you could get this out in a Bonnie match, it's what you're going to want to do. But I only run it at a 2-up because, again, you're searching a lot. You could grab it when you see it if you know you're going to get to 8 Don. So this is a power play for that. But that's it for characters. Other than that, the last card I am running in the deck is just a 4 of stage. 1 cost, activate main, you rest the stage, you trash 1 card from your hand, and you get to search the top 3 cards of your deck for a drummer card. This is what you're using to find every single piece that you need. And the main targets to trash are going to be your bigger Power Rangers, because you could play these out from the trash, or with the exception of the Sanji. But yeah, you could play out the Ichijis, you could play out the Reijus and the Nijis from trash instead of from hand, so that way you're not losing hand advantage. And then you could, draw into something else, Don minus, use leader ability, draw from leader, and then play from trash. So that's what I try to do for stage. Another tech thing that I like to do with the stage is I'll play a stage over a stage if I still need to search for something else. So sometimes just chucking stage to use stage is what you need to do, but sometimes you could utilize it to get another search in a turn. Is what I like to do. So that's my Reiju deck list for now. Again, I might make those changes with cutting this 6-cost Sanji, but other than that, the deck list is going to stay the same, and we're going to see how it is after this law ban. But that's it for the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment down below what you guys are doing with your Reiju list and what you guys should recommend I should do with mine. Catch you guys on the next one.